Hi guys, how you doing? Senior Gaming here, and in today's episode I'm bringing you Idle Mafia, and I've got for you top 5 Mexican Capos I want you to focus on. So if you're Idle Mafia player or perhaps Idle gamer, then make sure you subscribe to the channel as I post as often as possible and bring you best tips and advice. And if you enjoy what you see, then make sure you like it as well. Okay then, so we're gonna head over straight to a Capos. And I'm gonna kick off with Capo number 1 for our selection, and that's gonna be Caesar and Vanessa. And despite there is only one skill, CNV still making it a top character chosen for either PvP or GVG, as this is a skill which makes all the difference. And we're talking here obviously ability to prevent from dying that very character as well as surrounding teammates for 3 rounds. There is also a small percentage of fight power boost, and we're talking here additional 20% of critical hit chance. So as mentioned, despite there is only one skill, this is still a top character to have for any PvP or GVG. Now we're gonna move over to gear, and here I got actually full setup. So you want to go with a plasma blaster, agent's armor, ring of wealth, and finally a wild rag. When we're gonna talk a talents here, I'm gonna move over to combat talents, and here you either go a dodge or accuracy. Currently most of my characters are fully depending on dodge, and this is where I will start now farming a little bit more DNA to try to gear up for this very second combat talent set. Okay, so that's your character number 1. So now we're moving into a second character, and that's going to be Miranda. And she has definitely grown into status of one of the best support characters ever. We're talking here about her primary buff skill, which increases critical hit multiplier for all teammates, whilst actually a passive one can boost further critical chance by well over 30%, and there is also a massive immunity to dispel effect. When we're gonna talk about gear, I do not have the main weapon, which should be a shotgun, but I have replaced that with plasma blaster. You also want to have here agent's armor, cowboy or knuckle ring, and obviously a wild rag. When it comes to talents, let's flick that over, you want to go a full damage here with a fight power. So that's selection for Miranda. Now we're moving into character number 3, and that's going to be a Miguel. And obviously Miguel being a mythical capo, and once you have it nicely upgraded, he always be considered in one of your top teams. When we're talking here about the nerf skill itself, this reduces a fight power of the target and the surrounding teammates for well over 70%, as well as ability to link with another Mexican capo to share the damage. Obviously this Spider-Man lookalike villain is a must-have in your team, and more likely you might have a Miguel with Caesar and Vanessa or any other characters I mentioned in this video, therefore obviously these two skills are massive. When it comes to gear itself, you want to go here with a shrink ray, gladiator breastplate, you want to go with a plasma ring this time, and also a wild rag. Talents, again, you've got 2 to choose from. I'm going with a full dodge. Again, you can go accuracy as the alternative. So that's your character number 3. And now we're moving into character number 4, and that's going to be a Joseph. I'm gonna tap on a skill straight away, and obviously when strategically placed in front of a full damage setup capo like Gianluca or Teomoe, Joe comes actually very handy with his skills of reducing skill damage by well over 80%, as well as dispel all active support skill in a second round. So therefore this is a great to make the enemy's team, which is fully dependent on that one capo with a high DPS, having actually Joseph in front of him can get you places. When we're talking gear here, you want to gear him with a shrink ray, gladiator breastplate, plasma ring, and another wild rag. Talents, we're still going with these 2 options, so I'm going with dodge, and your alternative here is accuracy. So that's your character number 4. And that leaves us with a last character number 5 before we go on to bonus one, and that's going to be Javier. And Javier, aka hybrid between support and DPS, is often used in teams against Ava. And we obviously talking here about this main boost to accuracy and also boost to a HP for the entire team. And then finally, obviously, when a Javier's HP will get below 90%, this is where he will support you offensively and land some heavy hits on the enemies. When it comes to gear, I have not invested into Javier as much yet. As you see, he's only 2 red stars currently, but what you want to go with is a Gatling gun, Agent's armor, Plasma ring, and obviously a Wild Rock. And it's same when it comes to talents. I have not started anything yet, but your talents for Javier is going to be a fight power. Alright, and finally the character number 6, which is a bonus one, and you know, this is one of the characters that it's not necessarily might be used in PvP or GVG anymore, but we're talking here Eugenio. And obviously the Muertos has been proven himself useful in the previous patches, or you know, alongside the game we have played a few months ago, and this is where we talk about this very useful skill of adding a fight power and pretty handy lifesteal for himself and surrounding teammates. So I would definitely think that Eugenio is still a great addition when you play Jailbreak or any other aspects of the game where that great lifesteal might come very handy. When it comes to gear itself, you want to go with a Plasma Blaster for him, Agent's armor, Ring of Wealth, and obviously a Wild Rock. And finally, when we're talking talents here, you want to go either a fight power or support, and currently I have gone with this alternative option, so I'll be farming slowly to get that fight power setup. Okay then guys, so that will be it. This is your top 5 aka 6 of a strongest Mexican Capos currently in a game. I hope you found this useful guys. If you have, then make sure you like it and subscribe, and as always, I will see you next time.